I get it easy when I can't let go. Yeah, you never know, so you can't gossip. Man, them so far to find your love. Yeah, you never know, so you can't gossip. Man, them so far to find your love. Yeah, you never know, so you can't gossip. Man, them so far to find your love. Yeah, you never know, so you can't gossip. Man, them so far to find your love. Match on your chin, now girl, don't talk. Come me like a thief in the night, long jaw. But you know, say, all of my niggas, them ball. Nothing you go ever need at all. Shawty come and ride in my backseat. Would you make a body feel so honey, ooh. Baby, give me chance, make I love you, cool. My pocket, you know, dry, you be lovely, too. Yeah. Baby, tell me young, cause I want your body, ooh. Baby, want you, no, get you, cool. My baby, you know really that I want you, too. I wonder. I don't know, mommy, bless her. Baby, please tell me yes, I do. Yeah, cause I just wanna be your baby. Girl, I don't go do you, shake it, baby, just be my baby. Cause I just wanna be your baby. Girl, I don't go do you, shake it, baby, just be my baby. I don't wanna be a woman as a please. Don't you tell me that I wanna be the deed. You love forever, put a ring on finger, baby. Can you be the one I go love in my life? Try to please be my wife. I go love you forever, I go love you, baby. Cause I just wanna be your baby. Girl, I never do you, shake it, baby. Don't touch my body, let me move my way. But all I see is our body in my face. So tell me, where do I go get? If I know fit taste, your figure it. They make man them they crazy. Your waist you. Oh no 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 no. Rotate you. All I want my baby. Your waist you. Oh your body rotate you. Oh baby, baby, why you want to corner me? Oh baby, baby, why you want to corner me? Oh baby, baby, why you want to corner me? Oh baby, baby, why you want to corner me? If your body run away, it be your body I go just leave your figure. It make
Taptap Send. Oh, I was my baby, you're from Calabos. The only boss. Wait, one is baby, I will be everywhere I day and everywhere I go. Taptap Send got me covered. It was therefore if you need to send money or transfer money from Europe, from Canada, from USA, from UK, any part in Europe, you can send it through Taptap Send, and guess what? Oceania, they will receive it right here in Ghana and many countries across Africa. So what are you waiting for? Download Taptap Send now on Google Play Store or App Store. When you download, it's so easy to use. Tell your families, tell your loved ones to download Taptap Send. Okay? But also, when I receive my money, the other tell you I would channel, like my view, you know, hey, you crazy.
Download Taptap Send now on Google Play and App Store. Taptap Send, it's secure, convenient, easy, and fast.
After successfully redefining Accra's skyline with the delivery of the signature apartment, Cape May Properties presents an exclusive unveiling of the tallest residential building in Ghana, offering a first look of Selton Skye. Selton Skye, a magnificent representation of the seamless fusion of quality, groundbreaking innovation, and pioneering architectural brilliance. An extraordinary structure set to reshape the concept of upscale living, thanks to its inventive attributes and unparalleled commitment to precision. This master-planned residential development will focus on the building's location, security, privacy, the design's aesthetic brilliance, elevated features in each living space, cutting-edge smart home technology, and amenities beyond imagination, with fantastic residential features which include 24-hour concierge service, a state-of-the-art fitness center, a floating tennis court, a floating swimming pool, a spa, a sky pool, a sky lounge, a movie theater, co-working spaces, kids zone, distinctive lifts for staff and deliveries, private gardens, chef's kitchen, expansive terraces, entertainment rooms, restaurant, and 24-hour security. Selton Skye, a new perspective in the sky.
Come on out, the sun is shining high.
Yes, Taptap Send Ghana Music Awards Europe 2025, the 4th edition. Emrenini, Yeni Diankuma. With the Taptap Send, send this can now with the supported talents and creatives say what Ghana music industry with many pakitwa. Oh, yeah, you superstar. The 4th edition, Basu Award Games, Ladybird Theatre, Belgium on the 20th September 2025. Red carpet starting 7 p.m. Ekopim 9 p.m. Afeina Awards night na Ankasankasa Chinchirenche Etwaso Kopim 1 a.m. Edano Yendano Bia Devi Eyeni Jenkwa. For ticket reservation, log in to www.gmaeu.com or call on 0032 468 149 888 or 0033 683 969. 99432. Who carries the ultimate award? Ghana Music Awards Europe 2025, the 4th edition. Come, let's celebrate Ghana music, our culture, and heritage at a night. Empowered by Taptap Send. Send more, spend less.
Dancing highlight, calypso dancing, moonlight music, let's come together to the limbo. Dancing highlight, calypso dancing, sunshine music.
My name is Kwame Bechi. I am based in Düsseldorf, Germany, and I work for one of the leading smartphone companies back in Germany. When I decided to buy a land, I chose Apollonia, first of all, through a recommendation from a friend, but I also took the time to come to see what the vision of Apollonia was and what the entire offering entailed. So after seeing the vision of Apollonia, the infrastructure that they had planned, and just the ease of the communication with the Apollonia team, the sales team, and basically everybody else I met here when I came, I felt very comfortable, I felt at home. I felt very well taken care of, and they were able to answer all my questions. And this was way back in 2019. Fast forward to today, I think I've made a very good choice buying land, because I wanted to buy land to build the home of my dreams. I want to advise my friends and any viewer who's out there, especially those in the diaspora. I know your pains when it comes to investing in land and property in Ghana, and I have walked this path. And I have to say that this was one of the best decisions I made in Ghana to invest in Apollonia City, because I think the team here is genuine. There is no scam or any cheating happening here. I have been here now since 6 years, and I still come here at least twice every year. When I'm in Ghana, I always make sure to come and catch up with my projects and also meet the team. And I think this is one of the best investments I've made in my life. So I encourage everybody out there, please, if you're looking to come home, buy from Apollonia City and you won't regret it.
Usia for me mama jo emamo aha emamo achin baby bia wuti mi efi ewo wiase afana nyina ena nwume so ye hyiemu a na eye adaroma bi ena ene da yi minumueni asan atimi ahyiemu enti ye de aseda emema otwedi ampon basa yi adom se ena dom nti ene we are here alive. Yes, I am on time with Taptap Send. I want to welcome all of you to this program, and it's proudly sponsored by Taptap Send. In the media, said that kese pa ema Taptap Send ejumeku no say okita yemu ema yetimi edi jumedie bro every Thursday bia Taptap Send se mema onya ntie se wogusu a wo trainer shiem or improve product no or the new features e ka product no ho and in this how me kan Taptap Send ebusuaku ne ho a me can for Taptap Send at the amount and then you go to App Store, Play Store, download Taptap Send today, and you definitely enjoy using Taptap Send. Use it to support our families back home. If you are doing a project in Ghana, or the app that you need is Taptap Send, that you'll be able to use it to transfer your money to support your projects in Ghana or especially Africa. Now Taptap Send is in Jamaica. So if you know a friend or a family member or a loved one, a colleague at work, or a Jamaican near, but I recommend Taptap Send man no so enam so enfan send sika and ko support e busuya for Jamaica. Taptap Send or say papa no. And then we'll be talking all about UK immigration issues or matters. We always hear changes in the immigration rules. We always hear people are saying this and even those who are not experts, they've been talking about immigration issues. But today we are fortunate to have our one and only lawyer Wisdom Akaho from Wiseman Solicitors, and he will be talking to us about UK immigration. And you have the opportunity to ask all the questions that you want to ask. And by God's grace, next week I will also present to you one state attorney in US of A on this show, and she will also be talking about immigration issues in the US. But today we are focusing on UK. So me dane me ho aba na mafankrato baako mienu eno na chi may the lawyer Wisdom Akaho from Wiseman Solicitors Ebebro say oh issue and so with your Taptap Send account, and I say anything to do with Taptap Send. So right after the lawyer, my able friend, brother, Ura A class, he will be sitting in the seat now or the Taptap Send focus section at the Atuaso and so at the ama. I'll be talking to lawyer Wisdom Akaho from Wiseman Solicitors. Thank you for joining us this evening.
Me did young antechua, and maybe I'm discovered for Europe. I come a bush for Ghana. No, me used to tap send, tap send. No fee mobile money transfer. Aye easy, aye convenient, aye fast, and sounds so free. Won't you share? Me discover aye map him. Tap send. Intienne also download the Taptap Send app no ever mobile phone so free. Na first ka come a bush for Ghana for na Taptap Send. Papa no.
Yes, Taptap Send Ghana Music Awards Europe 2025, the 4th edition. Emrenini, Yeni Diankuma. With the Taptap Send this can now the supported talents and a creative say what Ghana music industry with many pakitwa. Oh, yeah, you superstar. The 4th edition, Basu Ewo Games, Ladybird Theatre, Belgium on the 20th September 2025. Red carpet starting free 7 p.m. Ekopim 9 p.m. Afena Awards night na Ankasa Chenchirenche Etwaso Kopim 1 a.m. Edano Yendano Bia Devi Eyeni Jienkuan. For ticket reservation, log into www.gmaeu.com or call on 0032 468 149 888 or 0033 683 969 432. Who carries the ultimate award? Ghana Music Awards Europe 2025, the 4th edition. Come, let's celebrate Ghana music, our culture, and heritage at a night. Empowered by Taptap Send. Send more, spend less.
Welcome back once again to your Thursday evening show, Time with Taptap Send, with your servant, Nana Kwame Osaitu. And today we'll be talking all about UK immigration issues. And to discuss this topic, I have with me here Lawyer Wisdom Akaho from Wiseman Solicitors. Lawyer Wisdom, a very good evening and welcome to the show.
Thank you, Nana. Good evening. You're doing well too.
Producer Mpacho, try to connect Lawyer Ewo Ahano Mumami. I can't hear him from my side. Lawyer Kasana Miti. Yeah, I can also hear you as well. Awesome. By His grace, I'm doing very well. And yourself? Yeah. Lawyer, in fact, per your appearance, you don't even need to tell me that you are good, because you are looking good. Awesome. Right. Lawyer, Abia, this today might be the first time Obi any share on this program. I mean, you are not a stranger on this program or on this platform, but today might be the first time Abia will be a Tionka. You can lawyer wisdom makahwa on the like what kind me say a brand be a oko school class 3 and yes one throw myself. Ojina ho no we teacher no. O say teacher me ana me gina hai na myself baby.
So we applied for, there's a feedback.
Okay. Can you hear me? Okay, all right. All right.
Medical conditions for people. All in all, if you have a child here, you want to register them as British citizens, we use the rules to assist you to get your stay for the child. And if you, the parent, does not have any leave to be in the UK, we also use the rules to assist you. If the parents do not have any leave, or if the parents, the single parent, does not have, we use the rules to assist you in getting your leave under the parent route. If you marry in Ghana, you want to bring your partner, we can assist in bringing your partner under the section EC-P of the rules. If you're a parent here, you have children in Ghana, you want to bring them, we also use the rules either under the Appendix FM, or we go to under paragraph 273 of the immigration rules, 297 of the immigration rules, and we use all the rules that there are to assist our people to bring family over. And of course, if you yourself want to do your application, you can of course listen to us, and I'm sure you'll get some nuggets from this to help you make your own application. So in brief, Nana, this is me, and this is what we do, Wise Smart Solicitors. That's just us. Thank you.
Yo, yeah, but that's it. And then anyway, yeah, percent yeah share a
Nana,
UK.
are you there?
Yes, can you hear me? Lawyer, can you
Very
hear me?
faint. You're very far away.
Oh dear. But can you hear me now?
I can hear you from a soldier as if you are behind the river or the.
Maybe. Okay. Thank you very much. Right, we will zoom straight into the discussion. And Yabebusa said, is there any new updates or changes via you feel say it's worth talking about it before we focus on the major topic that we want to discuss this evening? So yenya updates via then we caught the topic of the day. Eso. No. You can go ahead.
is you got your passport after the Brexit. So you were not registered pre-settled status. You didn't apply for the pre-settled status or the settled status here. Yours is after the deadline, and therefore you can come visit, but you can't stay. If you want to stay, then you need to get a sponsor who will then offer you a COS, and then you can go out, apply, and come back to depend on or to work as a sponsored person here in the UK. So a lot of people want to come, but you can't come and settle because the deadline is long, long, long gone. That was the 30th of June 2021. It's gone. We are in 2025. So you can't come and settle. You can come and visit us, but you cannot come and settle. So these are some of the very, very important questions I have been asked over time, and I thought I should let us all see where we stand so that we don't get ourselves into such situations anymore. Nana, if there's any question, I'll take it. Otherwise, I go straight to, it's almost 9 o'clock. Otherwise, I go straight to the topic, and then I can maybe take a few questions after that.
Lawyer, no question. Until go to the topic, then we take questions, then we move on.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Now, like I said from the beginning, I want to talk about people who have children outside the UK. Now, there are different ways of getting British citizenship. And British citizenship is a question of law, pure law, not facts, but law. Now, if you are a British citizen, other than by descent, then if you have a child outside the UK, your child is a British citizen. Now, if you go to Section 2, subsection 1 of the British Nationality Act of 1981, it says, if whilst a child is born outside the UK, the father or mother is a British citizen at the time the child was born, British citizen other than by descent, the child is a British citizen. Now, when we say other than by descent, what do we mean? It means that you, the father, you, the man or the woman who has gone out to give birth to the child outside the UK, your father or your mother was not a British where you were born. It means that you registered or you naturalized as a British citizen. You were in the UK, you got your 2 years or you got your 5 years and you got your indefinite, and then you did naturalization. You went to the registrar office, to the council, and then you swore or you affirmed that you'll be a subject of the crown. That is by naturalization. That is not by descent. By descent means you were born and you were automatically a British. So your father was British, or your father had indefinite, or your mother had indefinite, and you were born. That is descent. You came out as a British. If you came out as a British and you give birth outside the UK, your child is not automatically a British citizen. Let me say it again. If you were born a British, when you came out, your father was settled, your father was British, and you were already automatically a British. If you go give birth outside the UK, your child is not automatically a British citizen. You have to register that child. Why is that the case? When a person who has rather naturalized, his child outside is British. But a person who was born British, his child outside is not British. Why? It doesn't make sense, but that is the law. Now, if a person whose father was British, he was born British, he goes out of the UK and he gives birth out there, and that child is a British citizen, it means if that child also gives birth, that child's child should also be a British citizen. And if that child's child also gives birth, then that child will also say they are British citizens. And it keeps going on and on and on and on. The British do not want that sort of thing. Otherwise, in 80 years, 100 years, somebody will come and say, my great-great-great-great-great-grandfather was a British, and therefore I am a British citizen because my grandfather was British and gave birth to me in Ghana, and my father gave birth to me, and I gave birth to my children. No, they don't want that. They want a cutoff point, a point of reference. And that is why the person who naturalized here, they know that this is where you started from. So when you give birth outside, your child is automatically a British. So that child, if they give birth outside, that child cannot be British unless they give birth to their child here in the UK, not outside. If their child is born here in the UK, the child is a British citizen. So let me say it again. If my father is British and I am born here in the UK, if I am a British automatically, if I have my child outside, my child is not British. I have to register my child to be British. But if my father is not British, I came here, eventually I naturalized as a British citizen. If I should have a child outside, my child is a British because they can trace the source from my naturalization. So my child will have to give birth here in the UK before his child can be British. But if he gives birth outside, his child is not automatically a British citizen. They don't want that my father is British, my grandfather is British, my great-grandfather is British, my great-great-great-great-great-grandfather is British, and therefore I'm British. No, they don't want that. So let's take note of that. So, Section 2, subsection 1. If your child is born outside, your child is British if you naturalize to become British. Let's take note of that. Section 1.1 of the British Nationality Act says you have indefinite or you are British and your child is born in the UK, automatically the child is British. That is Section 1.1 of the BNA 1981. The child is automatically British. Now, Section 1.3 of the BNA 1981 says if your father has nothing, your mom has nothing, when the child is born in the UK, or the child was born when the father had no visa to be in the UK, but later the child is still under 18 years, the father becomes a British or they get indefinite, you can register that child as a British citizen straight away. You can do that here in the UK. At the time the child was born, the parents had nothing. Later, the parents got indefinite. The child can be registered as a British citizen here in the UK, and the child will get their British passport after the registration. So that is also another way. Then the next thing is Section 1.4 of the BNA 1981. If you have a child in the UK and the child has nothing, the father has nothing, the mother has nothing, they have no visa, no leave, no document, and the child lives in the UK for up to 10 years, you will register that child as a British citizen. And once that child becomes a British, the parents who had nothing can then apply based on their child that is a British citizen. But even you don't have to wait until 10 years. Once the child is born here and the child has been here for 7 years, you can apply for indefinite leave to remain straight away for the child. So after the indefinite, the parents can get their stay. And then once the child turns 3 years on top of the 7 years, they become 10 years, you get their British citizenship for them. That is also another way of a child becoming British here as well. Now, another very important one I want to put out here is this. Some people had their children here in the UK, but because of the difficulties, childcare, etc., problems, so they shipped the child outside to go and be with their grandma or uncle, etc., etc. So the child was born. After 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, the child was taken outside the UK. Father had nothing, mother had nothing. Now that child is outside the UK, but remember the child was born where? Here in the UK. Once that child was born here, even though the child was taken outside, once the parents get their indefinite leave to remain, once the parents get indefinite leave to remain, and the child is still under 18 years, you can register that child as a British citizen straight away. You are not applying for visa for the child to come, where you have to go and pay £5,000. No, you apply for British citizenship registration. You register the child as a British citizen. So that child is coming with their British passport, not with a visa in the Ghana passport. No, they are coming with the British passport. Because the child was born here in the UK and the child was taken outside the UK and later the parents got indefinite, you have to register the child as a British. After the registration, you apply for the British passport for the child. The child will come to the UK to work, to live, to study, to do everything they want to do. That is what it is. And another very interesting one is this. Assuming the child was born here, the child was here for the first 10 years, maybe 11 years, and then you took the child back home. Now the child is 25 years, no longer a child, but they are 25 years, etc., etc. The question is this: what application can you make for that son of yours or that daughter of yours? The answer is you have to register that person as a British citizen. They don't need a visa to come to the UK. Register them as a British citizen. Once the registration goes through, they will apply for their British passport and then they can come to the UK. Let me say that again. Child born here, lived here for the first 10 years, the first 10 years of their life, and then you took them out. You have the evidence of the first 10 years, their GP red book, their birth certificate first, GP red book. You have their school letters, school reports, etc., etc. You get a letter from the GP to show that you have done all the the vaccinations and everything. You get a letter from the school to show that this child was actually here for the first 10 years of their life before you took that child out. Once you get that 10 years evidence, you are able to use that to register the child or that person as a British citizen. And after the registration, they would apply for their British passport to come to the UK. So these are some rules that apply when it comes to British citizenship and how to apply, particularly people whose children were born outside the UK. If you're a British citizen, if you have indefinite leave to remain and your child was born outside, the child is not a British citizen. If you have or you had indefinite leave to remain and the child was born outside, that child is not a British citizen because you were not a British at the time, on the date the child was born, and therefore that child is not a British citizen. Now, if your child is British by virtue of Section 2.1, what documents would you need? What documents would you need? It's a very long list of documents and it goes back, forth, bring this, bring that, bring this, bring that. Once you can meet all the requirements, then certainly your child would get their leave to come to their British passport to come. So one, if you're a man, you have a child outside, you're British, you have a child outside, and you want to apply for that child, there's a form, a different form that you have to use. It's not an online form, it's a paper form you have to complete. In this case, to complete it, what documents do you need? You need, you the father, you need your British passport to show that you were British at the time the child was born. So you need your old British passport and your new British passport if you have renewed it. You need that. You need your naturalization certificate to show that truly you were British at the time the child was born. You were naturalized as a British citizen at the time the child was born. So your British passport, your naturalization certificate, you need your ticket to show that you were in Ghana at the time of the conception. If you were not in Ghana, how did you impregnate the woman? How did the woman become pregnant? If you were not in Ghana. And you know this thing is not, you can't do it DHL, you can't do it video link. You have to be there physically. So therefore, you need to prove that you were in Ghana at the time of the conception. Where is the ticket? Where are the tickets that show that you were in Ghana? Where is the stamp in your British passport to show that you took a visa from Ghana, High Commission, and you were in Ghana? Or if you went with your Ghana passport, where is the sticker, where is the stamp in it to show that you were in Ghana at the time of the conception? You have to prove all of that. You have to prove pictures, 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 pictures. Pictures of you and your child. Pictures of you, the time of the pregnancy, etc., etc. Communication with the child's mother during the pregnancy and throughout. Somebody can say, Lord, it's a long time. It's more than 10 years ago. How am I going to get this? Well, provide as many informations as you can. Worst case scenario, if you don't mind, do a DNA, and that will confirm that the child or the children are your kids. You should get their British passport for them. Recently, we did for 5 children. This man had 5 kids. We did it for all of them. It was up, down, but eventually all 5 kids got their British passports and they are here with their dad now. So that is what it is. He's an old man, but he had a British citizenship long time ago before the kids were all born outside. So your British passport, all your other passports, if it's lost, fine. If it is not lost, you have to provide all your other passports with the stamp showing your travel, the tickets, the boarding passes, your remittance to the children's or the child's mother, or the child's upkeep, your bank statement for 6 months, your utility bill. Somebody will say, what has my utility bill got to do with it? Yes, they want it. You just want to be sure that you are in the UK and what you're saying is true. They just want evidence of your presence in the UK. You need to provide that. Now, the child. What documents do you need to provide for the child and the child's mother? You need the child's birth certificate, selection of family pictures, different stages, different selection of family pictures at progressive stages. When the woman was pregnant, were you in Ghana? If yes, did you take pictures with her? If no, not a problem. When she gave birth, did you go to Ghana? If yes, did you take pictures with your child? If no, not a problem. If not, after that, was the last time you went to Ghana? Do you have pictures with your child? They want to see all of this as evidence that you are in the child's life. They want evidence. So pictures at different stages of the child's life with you. They need to see that. Then they need selection of receipts from the hospital where the child was born. When the mother was going for the antenatal, whatever it is, treatments and appointments, they want evidence of all of this. So they want receipts from the hospital, copy of the mother's Ghanaian passport, birth and hospital records of pregnancy, birth and hospital records of the pregnancy, the child's mom. They want to see all of this. Antenatal records, email address of the school if the child is of school-going age, the child's dedication, baptismal certificate, they need all of that. End of school term progress reports that is addressed to you. They want to see all of that. Is your name in the child's school? They want to see that. School reports, they want to see that. Receipts showing payment of school fees and satisfactory contact with the school to show that you are involved in the child's school. They want to see all of that. They want to see if you buy stationery for the child. That is, if the child is of school-going age. If they are minor, then of course. If they are very tiny, you don't need all of the school-going age ones. You only have to prove the hospital ones. They also want to see a copy of the receipt showing payment of school fees. Yes. Copy of health records, any additional documents, national identity card and equivalent documents of the child's mother, valid visa or your residence permit at the time. Or if you were in Ghana, maybe you had to get a visa to go. They want to see that your tax records, example, letter from the tax authorities in the UK, educational records, employment records, official letter from your employer, letter sent to you from the central, regional, or local government department, medical and health cards, driving license, voter's card, bank statements and utility bills, applicants' passports, ID page, and copy of their of any other document they hold, father's passport at the time of the conception. If not available, you have to explain. Mother's passport held at the time of the conception. A long list of documents they want before they will grant that child their British passport, because they want to be sure they are issuing a British passport to the right person. It's a long list. For the mother and the child alone, we need about 44 different documents. And for the man, we need about 8 different documents. If you can provide all of this, and you are willing to do a DNA, then your child would get their British passports issued to them. They can come to the UK. It's a long list, and it is not just a one-off application. If you send it, they'll come back, bring this, bring that, bring this, bring that, bring this, bring that. Sometimes if you don't send it, they'll withdraw the application. You have to repeat it again. Eventually, if all things are in place, your child will get a British passport. Nana, I'll pause here and take some questions. Then for the next 20 minutes, then we can jump out of here. Thank you very, very, very much. So that is for people whose children they are British and they have children outside. Nana, that is information for them. Can I have some questions if there is any at all, or we go to the chat room and Nana, you can read it out for me to respond to them. Thank you very, very much.
Yo, lawyer. You better say numeri ewo nea wode abrain. Abusuafo se utie enumeri ana se wetie enumeri. Now what any question for lawyer Misewa ubetimi edo question aba. Oma onsa so ewo Zoom ne so a mefa na odo question aba. Sa wo hwe yen ana utie yen online so a ɛhɔ no so no ubetimi edo question no ato comment section no mo me ready ama lawyer na lawyer enso eya no ede ama me da ase yenko na yenhwe se obi ewo hanom a na yemfa ono emfa embra sabre yenko Zoom ne so sabre ya yo sabre on Zoom yewo Shadrack na yemfa Shadrack indica Shadrack mbacho yetio
yo me da ase pa really lawyer da ase pa ni chichi mu a chichi mu amai o me mu ada ho pa na pacho me de no ye different kakra me wo ha as a student me the scholarship ne buy na me timi de me wife aba ene me back to abako ba ka me ma aka no Ghana me visa no student visa no be expire next year January next month so na maybe me kind of program na be as a student but visa and be extended to January but you make me apply at me man aka na ba and sana me visa na expire na near my be na me here.
Okay, me da say, Brian Shadrack. Yeah, so who scholarship? So in that case, one where to me a day who please who Emma Abba. One of them say sometime I think a year or so or 2 years ago they banned students from bringing their family members, dependents. But in your case, there are exemptions. More we research and more government scholarships, so they are able to bring their family members. So yes, over to me a year, but make sure say why ansana we so that the graduate route now over to many of my year because if one for one and then you go on to the graduate route, you cannot bring them when you're on the graduate route. So yes, do it and bring them before the you finish the course. Of course, you need your students, your CAS. Your students, the CAS letter, your marriage certificate, the children's birth certificate, your bank statement. If you have a tenancy agreement, of course, you provide that. And of course, all the other supporting documents. If your wife is working, also add her pay slips and bank statement to support the application. Your children should be able to join you here in the UK. Yes, thank you.
okay yemfa ofofro enso ewa hanomo yemfa Mercy enso entoaso Mercy mbacho go ahead yetio
you can say we dear me dasi be lawyer we dear me show question be na madam for me na all faces problem be na me peseka mintie na memfa answer no common and say na oba bi wa as a nurse ena okoware no be man no de ne ba ahanum say ntino I unya 2.5 be man nya 2.5 be man ba 2023 December ena just I think this year April ọbaa no ka kyerɛ ne sɛ ɛnyɛ ade a ɔbɛtoa so biom sɛ ɔkɔ renew ne nneɛma no a ɔbɛyi bɛrima no ɛfiri ne wei no so ne pepa no so nti ɛna bɛrima no so baeɛ no ayɛ sɛ because ɛnyɛ aware pa no nti no ɔbaa no te ne baabi na bɛrima no so te ne baabi but sisei no bɛrima no nya ɔbaa a ɔne no afa yɛfunu nti no na ɔbusa bɛrima no yɛ madamfo nti no na ɔbusa sɛ mema wɔ ha akyɛ yɛ bi a menim biribi a sɛ wobɛtumi ayɛ a sɛ wobɛtumi aswehye ne status no from ɔbaa no deɛ no awareɛ no akɔ different one anaa aberɛ a ɔbaa foforɔ no a wɔnya no awo anaa.
Yeah, me that say Sister Mercy. Ne abofra ọba na one ne fanye nsa no asit na be na no.
Only a British.
Yes, so the child will be British automatically. Now once
One
Madam for no ne bani British to me switch from near our say parent rootness. So it's going to switch from partner to parent because they are British. Now the thing is this. Won't worry Abufane Mame because he's still married to somebody else. The only time I to worry Abufane Mame if there is a divorce, he can marry the child's mother. But even if he is not married to the child's mother, once the child is born, the child is a British citizen, he can switch from partner route to parent route. Obenya na sit now. Obenya 2.5 years. After that, another 2.5 years indefinitely if he meets all the other requirements. So yes, it is possible.
Okay, nti say Australia na numbers start at 2.5 from you.
Yes, Niawaye ewo ne Iridian so will not count towards the parenthood.
Oh, okay.
Yes. But as I said, Oye and Sana Nevisa no will run out, and as I saw meeting the English language requirement, the maintenance requirements, then you'll be able to go to the 5-year route. So, and yes, I didn't go to 10-year route. So it's either he's here, he meets the requirements, you'll be on the 5 years, 2.5, 5 years, 10 indefinite, or 2.5, 4 times 10 years before he can get his indefinite. I mean, if he speaks to me, we'll be able to guide him as to what to do. Yes.
Okay, and Tim Pashomina or number not mediaman.
Lawyer the number. Lawyer the number the better chat room or inch bia na wafana.
That's it.
Yemfa abolo. Yefi abolo so I'm making some messages coming from YouTube, Facebook, any chat room. Was Zoom so and so at the amount. You know, abolo mpacho yeti. Obolo yeti obolo.
Okay, lawyer mpacho mepe enchechemu kakra wo we obi de skilled worker visa ene ba krom ha. Na let me be precise, healthcare the any be. Na initially no yama 5 years and obaye but obaye no ya suspended sponsor no license no but the share code no still active currently no on any sponsor no nye ejuma but or rely on the 20 hours right now visa no the man no na odi ye kakra wa ha sisi ano per the changes na buy na almost omama window for switching na there no still onyanya bi sisi ano obisa say if say wantumi anya switch ni bi na o stay wait the 20 hours na part time na till o twa ne 5 years na onipa no betumi apply for indefinite na say ana say eno so eduru ho a restriction bi wo ho no ma no say ni company no license no ya suspend na na
Bida seminia may application for indefinite Emma a gentleman and ra or no an anema miensa and or no niri and anema miensa and ra based on the skilled worker route Almost beside a letter from the sponsor indicating that they still need the person's services. That is one of the requirements. A letter from the sponsor, I actually say, Omodaso here, say Onion Beyejuma. In the example, I want to say, say time Nico Swan, 5 years this one, Onya sa letter now. Wanya sa letter now, and you're likely say the indefinite now. Ebeba, Omodibamano. Say, I'll start looking for an option now to switch before that time. Otherwise, our big friends are 5 years will come like 5 days, and then he's stranded. So in the absence of that letter, which is a key requirement, you will not be able to apply for extension or for indefinite. Thank you.
All right. Enti Vacho intimate wasia on. Not just say after 5 years, indefinite leave and automatic. You will still
And
have
yet,
to or sponsor no in here services.
yes, because we shared the list of documents required. That is one key fact, one of the key element documents they require. And yes, sir, you see, the 20 hours should be an addition to, it's an addition to what you are doing with the main sponsor. So if you're not working with a sponsor, it means you don't have the foundation. You're only depending on the branch, and the branch alone cannot sustain the 5 years leading to indefinite leave to remain. Yes.
So per what you are saying, then can I say then it means those on skilled worker visa or they are going to be tied to the care sector forever or what? Because if still after your 5 years you will need to prove your company still need your services, it means care is the only thing you are going to do after your 5 years.
Not necessarily. No, not necessarily. You see, if somebody came with as a sponsored person, now only as employer be Yejuma. If you're working with them 2 years, we're moving on to another employer for 3 years. So that's a total of 5 years. At the time of the application, they need the evidence to show that, yes, we still need your services. After you got your indefinite leave to remain, you are free to move on. But at the time of the application for the indefinite, you need something to prove that your services are required. When you're indefinite, now decide say, who person a hotel, you are not bound by anything. You can always move on. But for the application, is a requirement that you should provide something that you are still in there. Your services are still needed. Yeah.
Okay. Obolo.
Last
My
one. Sorry, Pacho.
Me fancy Debbie, yentimi emfa obi.
What do you have for office number? Not me,
yes.
number not to want yes, call the office number and then we can talk. Yes.
Me that say. Obolo we dia Timasia is answer a lot of questions. Any idea but through I need to give obi a fair way. Lawyer so enche bia na oko. Lawyer we also on YouTube. Obusa said please can an SVQ3 qualified nurse practitioner who has worked with a company that's a nursing home in Scotland for more than 1 year be sponsored by her company if the company is willing to do so, and what are the details required, and I said what are the requirements for the visa application?
What's the name of the sister? Sister
Evelyn on YouTube is asking.
Oh, sister. Okay, give the number to her. I cannot give an answer to that question straight away. I need to go back to the rules and make sure that I give her a tailored answer. So, Sister Evelyn, is 0208 0165 384. 0208 0165 384. It's in the chat room, so you can call the office number and then we can discuss that. I need to go back to the rules, see what the NVQ and SVQ3, the equivalent of it, and what the requirements are before I can tailor your answer for
Lawyer
you.
Evelyn is on
information. Yeah.
Lawyer Evelyn is on YouTube, so if you can repeat the number again. I will send it to those who are watching us on YouTube. 0208
0208 0165 384. 0208 0165 384.
Okay. So those
0208 Thank you, Nana.
So those of you who are watching us live on YouTube and Facebook, may the lawyer need contact details not to chat room or at the comment section or pick it. And if you're not in the UK, please remember to add the UK code when you are calling. Lawyer, Mami, a few questions in so our chat room. But before that, Mami indi kan emfa nipa baku mienu bi embro iPhone. Udin ama mihu iPhone. Please go ahead and ask your question.
Yeah, lawyer.
Hello.
Wait, yeah, I'm coming. Let me mute it. Let me unmute. Hello, lawyer. What you
Yeah, question.
Me US now me a citizen. Then I wanted to come. Move and relocate to UK. Is it possible?
It's 100% possible. Why do you want to come to the UK? Some of us want to come to the US, my friend.
Maybe half of them. Maybe UK.
All right. So anyway, that's just by the way. Yes, it's possible to relocate to the US, to the UK. If you want to come and work, then you need a sponsor. You need an employer that will give you the sponsorship license. You can come and work 5 years. After 5 years, you get your indefinite, and then you can carry on from there to citizenship. It's possible, but you need a sponsor in a skilled worker category or in an approved category. It is possible. Or if you had a partner, your wife is here and she is a British citizen or she has indefinite leave to remain. You haven't said that, I'm just assuming. Yes, she can also apply for you to come 2.5 years, another 2.5 years, total of 5 years, indefinite leave. From there, your citizenship. So yes, that is also possible.
Okay, thank you.
You are welcome.
Did I say iPhone? Minim ebinom so mo UK hanom a omo so person relocated to the US. Nyame aduma next week. Nyame aduma next week. I will add one US attorney on this show. With Lawyer Wisdom, we'll be talking all about immigration in the UK and US. Then the following week, I'm aiming to have a face-to-face conversation with these two lawyers at a location I will announce later. We will all come together and we will engage with these two lawyers from the UK and from the US. So if you're in the UK and you want to relocate or visit the US attorney will be on the show next week. And watch out for more details about the live show. Nyame Aduma in 2 weeks' time. We want to organize on the 4th of September, live here in the UK, live with the two lawyers, one from the US, one from the UK, and we'll be at the location. Timetun Safre Munina, Mwamo Koesunina will be our embrebi. Nyame Aduma next week, may announce the location. Lawyer Way Ebusa said, Ozzy, please, I'm on a skilled worker visa and I work with a GP part-time. I work there as an administrator, HCA. But due to the recent changes in the occupation list, can I still work with them or will I have to resign?
I don't know if they are still on the list. As for the part-time one, I promised a few weeks ago that I was going to read out the list. I haven't today. I didn't bring that. So again, she can call me. I'll check. I know some occupations have been put on the medium scale and some are on the higher threshold. So she should call the number from Tuesday, and I can check for her. But otherwise, I think she should carry on working until otherwise stated. Yes.
Okay. Please, lawyer, what is the maximum age limit of dependency from Ghana to the UK?
If you have UK citizenship or you have a indefinite leave to be here, is up to 18 years, not more than 18 years. So 17 years up to the day before you turn 18. If you have indefinite or you have British passport, maximum age for the child is up to 17 years, 364 days. 365, yeah, 364 days, not 365. Because once it's 365, they turn 18, they cannot come. But if you're an EU national, there is no age limit. They can be as old as anything. Once you can prove that they are dependent on you, because I recently, about a year or so, I did an application for a family of three, two gentlemen and their sister. The men are about 38, one is 38, one is 40, and their sister, I think, is about 35 or so. I did for all three of them. It was refused. We went to court and we succeeded, and they are all here now. EU, no age limits. UK, 18 years. EU, if they're under 21 years, no questions asked. If you can prove the relationship. If they're more than 21 years, you need to show relationship and dependency. They will be able to come, most likely through court, once the case is successful. Yes.
Okay. Lawyer, mamenfa enipa back mienu na yemfa o ANC minim se obrenity. I'll try and bring you back next week and also add the US attorney on this show. We will have a lawyer from the UK, a lawyer from the US answering all your questions about UK and US immigration. And like I promised, on the 4th of September, I'm going to have these two lawyers at a location and it will be awesome. I will invite all of you to be there for us to ask for you to ask all your questions, and I'm sure they will have assistants there that they will be able to even give you some free consultation. And a lawyer, and yes, sir.
Yes, I prefer to send a platform as well. And there's some very interesting questions in the chat room. I'd like to address them before we
pick them before you leave us.
Okay, there is one here which says, I have indefinite leave as a woman and I gave birth to a child in the UK. Does the child automatically get British or you have to apply later? The child is automatically a British. Once the child is born in the UK, after you got your indefinite before the child is born, automatically the child is British. But if the child was born before you get your indefinite, you have to register the child as a British. Let's take note. You gave birth to the child last week and you got your indefinite this week, you have to register the child. If you give birth to the child, if you got your indefinite today and you give birth to your child tomorrow, the child is automatically a British citizen. Section 1(3) of the British Nationality Act or Section 3(1) of the British Nationality Act or Section 1(1) of the British Nationality Act will apply to your case. The next one is if a child was born in the UK and lived here for less than 10 years and both parents have no visas and has relocated to Ghana with a child, can the child come to the UK at some point as someone who was born here? Unfortunately, because the child wasn't here for the first 10 years of their life, they cannot register as a British citizen. They are just like every other child born anywhere else in the world. If they have to come to the UK, they have to apply for visa just like anybody or any child born in the or any part of the world. Unfortunately, the child was not here for the first 10 years of their life. If they were 10 years, yes, they can register as British citizens. Aquia, is it Aquia? Aquia. Hey, that's a very nice spelling of Aquia. Please, if you have a child in the UK as a British, because dad is a British citizen, and you want to apply for your permanent stay in the UK using your child naturalization, please, how long does it take for your permanent residence to be granted? Well, you can start on the 10-year route. If you don't have a visa, you start on the 10-year route based on your child. Appendix FM section LTRPT as a parent with reference to EX1. Once you do that, they'll give you 2.5 years on the 10-year route, and then you can make another application to switch to the 5-year route. If you are on the 5-year route, it's 2.5, 2.5, 5 years, indefinite after that citizenship. But if you want to remain on the 10 years, it's 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, 4 times, total of 5 years before you go for your indefinite leave. It can take up to 1 year for the Home Office to grant the very first application. Subsequent ones you can do one day one. Good evening, Solomon. If I have indefinite leave to remain and I acquired it through a dependent on a skilled worker visa, can I bring my children who are living with their mom to the UK if I am still not married to their mom? If yes, what are the requirements I have to meet? Well, it's going to be difficult, Solomon, because the children are living with their mother. There's something we call sole responsibility. Paragraph 297 of the immigration rules says that you must have sole responsibility, which means you have the power to make decisions on every aspect of the children's life, their education, their medical life, their schooling, their church service, everything. You make all the decisions. There is no way you can tell me you make all the major decisions if the children are living with their mother. No way. You can't tell me if the children are sick, the mother will have to ask permission from you before she takes them to the hospital. No. You can't tell me if the children have issues in the school, the mother will have to ask permission from you before she goes to solve it. No. In that case, you are not having sole responsibility. But if you can prove otherwise, we just about face near then we can know what to do. Thank you. Hi, do the rules apply to Jamaican parents who naturalized? Jamaican parents who naturalize, yes, of course. If you have a child outside, your child also will be British automatically. If you naturalize before the child is born outside, of course, it has the rule applies across board regardless of who the person is. My Mrs. holds a registered. Okay, Nana, I think if I want to, we forget those who have their hands on. So let's take 2 or 3 of them, and then I can run off
Yeah,
before.
abusuafo mesremo lawyer ne time aso nanso no wa my permission say yemfa enipa omama nsa so yi be se miensa ana enai na afi onjaye ho yenko eye Jenfi eho no mo ora Jenfi me ba cho busa question ye tie o my on me too, so go ahead and ask your question.
Yeah, hello.
Hello, Mr.
Yes,
Raymond,
okay.
how are you?
Lawyer, the question is, as I believe, it's no responsibility as we are, but I plan on me. Nobody refuses to let me prepare my first. But learn first about you, but the other part like be ya one-on-one. But I say you bet me administration be ya because
I'm number so responsibility. I bought the one through papa.
Obo delay me about kula ya 80 years. Yeah, no ya 80. Obo delay somebody ya 80. Obo say refuse.
Yes. Now, we application answer now.
Oh, yeah, I thought we 80. Yeah.
And yeah, we how ubet me appeal.
Yeah.
We application answer now the 18 now you can appeal because the date of the application is the date of the age at the time of the application is what we use, not the date when the decision is made.
Okay. Yeah. So last week, I think the Thursday week they prepare.
So you have 28 days.
Raymond, for lawyer number na friend na edi na ntwitwe sanko. Why? Yeah, that's a pass. Yamisha. Yenko na yemfa Kwame enso ento aso. Kwame mbacho yetio. Maomi to go ahead and ask your question. Hello, Kwame. Say Kwame NTNK. Say Kwame NTNK dia.
Kwame will be very nice on his say nothing is permanent. Something. Having a bad day is just 24 hours. Even a bad day is 24 hours. That's a nice one. Thank you.
And then I just said, dear Kwame, no. Kwame, oh. You kona yemfa Evelyn.
Evelyn.
Yes, Evelyn Bacho, go ahead and ask your question. Hello, Evelyn.
Hello. Hey, that's
yes, you.
You but wait, me and me day a question no to media to YouTube, Masadia to Zoom.
Just when you are breathing, yet you, Kasa.
Yo, me patcho me question is say me a nursery practitioner. Manya me SBQ. na mo person ko mo yes COS ne ma me but mo graduate visa so si omo decision ne say nka me wie me graduate visa next year na nka o ma ye COS na ma and unfortunately new rule ne ba but obi anti new rule na adwuma mu nti o ma soma me say me nko ti asie yie na me nkyere o mu na ye nhunu say ma me nhunu ya menye information na menya ne say it looks like me na junior year free list ne nti aye problem ama me am ye daycare practitioner manya
Okay.
SVP and
Okay.
moreover so okay one at a time lawyer
Yeah.
patrol yeah
Me that's it. I have only 4 minutes to run off.
okay
And so Mr. With your Mr. Obias, take the office number is 0208. Me there two chat room anyway. 0208 0165 384. 0208 0165 384. Call the office number from Tuesday. Let's have a chat. There are some of the questions it needs more than 4 minutes to respond to. So, Sister Evelyn, please call the office. And if need be, you come. We go through the new list now, Omudiabano. Now, I know there's a lot of changes. Then we see where you stand. Sister
okay
Veronica
thank
Duma,
you
you're
so much
welcome. Is it Dumashi? Sister Veronica Dumashi or Dumas?
Okay,
I'll check
Sister
the last one. Nana, yes.
Vero, Sister Vero in chat so na ya so
Apologies
next week.
to Bra Richard, Sister Bernice, Winifred, Carlos, Carlos. Sorry, oh, I like your bill, I beg. Oh, you know me. EMK Ajande, yeah. My apologies. I think God willing, next week I'll be here. Please come on. Let's. Thank you. Sister Vero, I would conclude with you, please.
Me pacho, good evening.
Good evening.
Me pacho, me problem me did nam say my me wa haba my application be for me family and or mama me NSF message and subsequently it been 2 months on and ma sending me email say if they haven't done a biometric yet they should go and do it but on my dada
On my editor.
on my biometric need dada but say ache bisa nti I'm just
Application ben awe mom.
like ba bedwen me was skill visa so nti mini me kunu like onu Ghana with nkwala no
Okay.
but na me ni obi na era ha ba ya ye bibia ajai dada
Vero,
Okay,
Christiana lawyer.
Yes, yeah. Sister Vero, okay. All right. So once on my biometrics now, just respond to the emails that the biometric was done on so and so dates. I hope I with me the copy with me a scanning copy of the biometric appointment letter now. That we are just waiting for a response. So that biometric has been done already. I'm sure they'll go back to their records and then reconcile things. Yes.
okay
Thank you.
it does
Yeah, now
Yo,
see.
before lawyer, Obama yen o Obama o be running up amayen no. Abusia for sa wo so anwumre na se on joining OT media WhatsApp platform na mesrewa me the link no at the chat room no. Click on it se uni click on it, join us anytime we are about to have a show no. We will share the link our platform no so amount sa enso na lawyer contact details the show ya ene ye be share the YouTube link so person say tie bi mu a ni nyina on that same platform. So if you are not on it, please click on the link in the chat room na join it. Anytime you are about to have a show, we will inform you on the platform. But Misrel say obi fa phone no frel say o invite you to any show Misrel enye don't listen to those scammers. We will only send a message on the platform for you to click and join the meeting. Don't respond to anybody's call asking you to join a certain meeting. Give them a code and that don't listen to them. They might be scammers. So, all right, lawyer. You enjoy last comment.
Yes,
your
thank you so much. I'm grateful for the opportunity again to be of service to my people. We talked about age gap. If you are older than your wife or your wife is older than you, there is no law against it. You can still get married, but make sure your documents are watertight so that even if they call you for interview, you can prove that it's a genuine and subsistent relationship. If you have made an application to the UK before, you've been refused, countries like USA, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand, they share information. So if you have been refused here, you're applying to any of those countries, you have to disclose that you've been refused before. Germany and some the European countries don't seem to be in it. So maybe I think they don't necessarily share information with the UK and these M5 countries. And of course, I believe that next week, God willing, we'll meet again. And anyone who hasn't been able to ask their question, my apologies. Can you please note it down? God willing, next week we'll take it. Nana, thank you. I'm grateful. Have a good evening.
Yo, lawyer wisdom akaho yebeda se na nwumrei ewo emra wanya ede amayen on this show. Nyame eya aduma next week yebesan edwaba, and like I said, we will add another US attorney to the show, another US lawyer to the show, and the US lawyer will be talking all about US immigration. Lawyer wisdom will be talking about UK immigration. And Nyame eya aduma on the 4th of September, we are planning to host the first ever live event at a location, and we invite these two lawyers to come and talk to us. And I mean, all that you need to know, Nyame Adma, next week I'll give you more details about it, and I know it will be lovely. It will be lovely. I would like to see all of you. If you are in the UK, if you can even travel from Birmingham, come. Nabra, sure no, ebe come up. Lawyer, for our contact details to you. So be sure. Na mo law firm baby one so I ain't fan no be humo.
Hey, Why Smart Solicitors, number 18 to 22 Ashwin Street. Ashwin is ASHWIN Street. You are Dalston Junction. You are Dalston Market now. You are McDonald's next sheet. Dalston Junction, London. Postcode near E8 3DL. E8 3DL. Telephone numbers 0208 0165 384. 0208 0165 384. My mobile number is 079 31 411 042. 079 31 411 042. Preferably mobile number, please call the office number. They will get you penciled down for an appointment, or you can talk with me. 0208 0165 384. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. God bless. Nana. Yami Aduma. Yebesensha shortly. Thank you.
Yo, abusiafo, me dane me homa fankrato ba ku mienu. Enu na chi no, me de yenua berima A class ebebro. Time with Taptap Send, session bia ye focus on tap. And it is any suggestion, any contribution, or even you have any issue with your Taptap Send account, we will be here. A class is here. I'm here. The rest of the team are going to be here, and we will be able to answer all your questions. Honey Chad is online as well, so please do stay on, and we'll be talking all about Taptap Send very soon. Me dane me ho na ma fan krato ba ku mienu me ba Taptap Send focus session ya de beto asama. Producer, Mr. Yenko, for a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we'll be talking all about Taptap Send. And into Mr. Mamisima Bakumieno. Ye fan krato, ye bape Taptap Send, and honkomo any ebedi.
So, Christica Manian, put me do round to say. So, me send Yama in a minute in Sabacandia, and then one Taptap Send.
Yeah, Ebushanfo, Amanfo, Bidin did an akuma patchlewa 1. They recommended Taptap Send Amamo. And that's our for also for baby. Diabasa, our rating so yeah. A1 into pian no do Taptap Send. That also is a for Taptap. Piao.
Yɛbɔ hu de wɔkyerɛ amansan yɛbɔ hu de wɔkyerɛ Ghana for sɛ yɛwɔ akwantu ne yɛde sika kɔfie deɛ meyɛ mfɛmfa baabi a yɛbɛnu yɛn ho Taptap Send Taptap ɛdɛmu fua Taptap Send ɛnisa so
Taptap deɛ ɛnoa na yɛ nyinaa ɛyi
Taptap deɛ ɛnoa na ɛkɔ
Yes, Taptap Send Ghana Music Awards Europe 2025, the 4th edition. Emrenini, Yeni Diankuma. With the Taptap Send, send this can now with the supported talents and creative say what Ghana music industry with many pakitwa. Oh, yeah, superstar. The 4th edition, Basso Award Games, Ladybird Theatre. Belgium on the 20th September 2025. Red carpet starting free 7 p.m. Ekopim 9 p.m. Afeina Awards night na ankasa chenchirenche etwaso kopim 1 a.m. Edano yendano bia debi eyeni jienko. For ticket reservation log in to www.gmaeu.com or call on 0032 468 149888 or 0033 683 969 432. Who carries the ultimate award? Ghana Music Awards Europe 2025, the 4th edition. Come, let's celebrate Ghana music, our culture and heritage at a night. Empowered by Taptap Send. Send more, spend less.
Calypso dance, moonlight music, let's come together and do the limbo. Dancing highlight, calypso dance, sunshine music.
Yo, abuza for me sign echiamo emamo akwaba biemu eba time Taptap Send every Thursday jumedia yede ebro. Yewe the session with the lawyer Sabri Taptap Send focus session ena yede ebro ora A class etnem na ode diaka atraso adiama A class pachoso hanma sumu emami.
Yo, abusa for mom na wadro. Na kwa